So this, moving the thing around, I'm having the weirdest day. God. Of course, I've been up all, my day starts in the middle of the night. I don't even know. I'm not even on normal time anymore. I'm just on my own. I'm in my own world. So, but this was crazy. I will have a couple of things and then I got to get going. I'm going to go and do a bunch of pickup things because I think we're super close and I need to be a little bit more prepared. I get cut off from everything. So I'm going to go pick up some wood and a couple more supplies. And, anyways, the thing I was going to say, this was so crazy. So this morning, you know, I finished my stuff to send out. And my friend in Australia, I had done her a painting last year. And then she said, no, hold it. You know, who knew? You know, we'd be holding things this long. But she's like, hold on to it. And because it's going to be expensive to send it over here. And so then when I, and you know, my daughter moved in, I had to keep moving my stuff, you know, putting it in new places, trying to find new places for my stuff to make room for somebody. So I couldn't remember where I put this painting because it was from last year and I just finished the hats and I was ready to send hers. And so I'm packaging up. And so I'm like looking and looking for this painting and I can't remember it all. And so I keep in my head, I keep in my memory is so fucked up. I used to be able to remember things so good. Now I have to rely a lot on the other, it's one thing too, is you have them around you. They tell you where shit is. So this is crazy. So I, kept thinking I have all my paintings because I had all of those shows scheduled and then at quarantine, I had to wait 1.5 years to get those freaking shows. And then I finally gets my time and I'm like, get my paintings up and 2 weeks later, everything closes down. Oh God, what a freaking time. But so all my paintings, I have them all up like in this loft thing, you know, because I would grab them and take them to whatever show. And so I, had them up there. And when I was putting this up, that's where I kept seeing in my head that I put that painting. And I kept thinking that might be weird that I would put it up there with my paintings that I'm selling. Because normally I put something that's a gift separate, you know. So I kept thinking, where in the world did I put that? And that's where I kept seeing it and kept seeing it. So I went out there, I took everything, all my paintings down. I was going through, looking in the backs of them, looking through every bag and everything. And then I got them all back up there and stuff. And then, oh, I was getting so frustrated. I come back in, I'm looking through the closets. I'm looking over there. I'm looking at every place I can think of where I would have put it. Can't find it, can't find it. I'm getting really frustrated with my guides, you know. I'm just like kind of stomping around at this point. Every little thing is irritating me. Stella look at me and I'm like, shut up. You know, I'm just like, oh. And, you know, in my head, I'm cussing them like, oh my God, you guys, why are you fucking with me like this? Why you keep... So I decide, okay, I just got to go in and hypnotize myself back to remember and seeing myself doing it so I can remember. Is, you know, I can't just slide into a memory like I could before my brain injury. And so I thought, okay, I'm just going to go in and hypnotize myself. I'm interfering now with what they're telling me. I've got myself so worked up. So I went, sat down here and started, you know, hypnotizing myself back into that memory. And I just kept hearing it loud and seeing. I put it in something. You put it in something up there. You put it in something up there. I'm like, why would I put it in something? What the fuck would I have put it in? Like, I have a couple of suitcases up there. And the suitcases have a lot of art stuff. A lot of, you know, books and stuff like that. And so I was like, why would I put it in the suitcase? What? And I'm like arguing. So I go back outside and I go, okay, I'm going to go out. I'm going to look at, and I'd already told my friend, I'm not going to be able to send your thing today. I'm so frustrated. I cannot find that freaking painting anywhere. I'm going to have to just keep looking because I got to get going to, you know, I got to go get my stuff done. And I don't even know why. I'm putting that pressure on myself. You know, I'm doing that to myself. You got to go. You got to go. It's like, why? I don't know. So I go out there, and at first I had 2 other suitcases that were up there that my daughter had used, kind kind of like for decor over in the other loft, or in the little bedroom part. So I went over there and looked through those, and that's where I saw, oh, this is where I put all these art books, these tattoo art books, and a bunch of different kind of art books. Because I have a whole bunch of hardbacks too, down in another place. And that's where I was looking too, like maybe I put it with that. I didn't even remember I had these. I swear to God, I find stuff all the time I didn't even remember I had. And so I find clothes in my closet, like, what? A new outfit. So I looked through those ones, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go look through the other one. So I'd climb back up there and get this suitcase down, and there it was. So they were telling me and showing me, and I was, well, at first I was having myself all worked up because they kept showing me that it was in something, but I kept thinking it was in the back of a painting because I couldn't get past that part. And even when I went in and decided, you know, I was going to hypnotize myself, I think I just kind of relaxed my brain enough to, you know, they just showed me it's inside something, it's inside. And I was like, okay, so you're telling me it's inside something. I put it inside something for some reason. And they're like, yes, it's inside something. So I go out there, and there it was, inside something. So I was like, oh my gosh, I swear to God, the more we really tune in, and they are always giving you clues and a direction. It's crazy. You know, lots of times, you know, well, for one thing, all the time throughout the day, like I can be doing something now, I'll be doing something and I'll run across some odd thing. I'll think, this is weird. Why is this here? And then it's like, oh, because I'm about to need it. Okay, thanks. So without a doubt, within a few minutes, it could be anything too. It could be like a fucking gum wrapper. I mean, it could be anything. And all of a sudden you're going to see that you need it. It's really crazy. And then all the time they'll show me where something is. Usually I don't have myself so worked up and I can hear it better. But, you know, I put this pressure on myself with this expectation. Oh, I've got these errands to do. I got to go, go, go. So, I'm telling you, it has so much to do with controlling our emotions, getting ourselves into a headspace of connection. And so the other thing that I wanted to talk about too, that is just fascinating, which Amber, I don't know who that is. That is an interesting story. You guys all, you know, have interesting stories. I wish more people would just go put themselves out there and, you know, share these stories. They're interesting. Everybody has so much to offer. You know, we're moving into the learner teacher, you know, no more is it going to be just submissive, tell us what to do. We're moving into this time where we all have things that are valuable to share with one another. And we all need to be open to learning from people. You know, we need to be, you know, strong enough in ourselves to be a teacher and humble enough to be a learner. You know, it's that balance. So anyways, I'm interested, you know, email me some more. I was in a frenzy this morning when I emailed you back. So, you know, tell me more about this story. It's very, I don't know who this person is. Obviously, they're an author if you wanted to get rid of their books. But anyways, the thing that I was finding interesting is still about this stuff with this thing that my daughter has created. This whole, I don't know, it's like an entity in its own. But this creation that she had, and it's just so funny. It's so crazy how the internet, that's true too. The universe works, you know, because she was so wrapped up in her headspace of me being her problem and being so frustrated with, you know, I don't know, because I'm not inside of her. But, you know, bringing out a lot of anger toward, and, you know, aiming it towards me. And then to go and now to be so, it's kind of like she's intertwined with my energy, kind of, you know, she's talking about me all the time with these people. I mean, it's fascinating is that these people, you know, have seen this 20-second clip of me just weird, random things, you know, I'm weird. When my daughter says I'm too much, a lot of people think I'm too much. I'm a little much. And, you know, I was thinking probably, you know, that's partly why my kids have some issues with me, as I think I've always been a really big energy, you know, and it's probably is hard to be you know, can be all, some people's energy can be all consuming. But the one daughter who was here, so she's really big energy. Like, she is like, come at you like a tornado. So, but her and I are the opposite of each other in the way our philosophy is of life, you know. That's why I think, like, we're from two different kind of cultures, philosophy of soul, you know, like our soul is from two different cultures. Because there's different ones out there. There's, you know, and these things, like, we think life is like 60 years, 70, 80, whatever we get thinking like, oh, that's old. You know, that's on us, what we think. You know, we create what we believe. So if we, but here we think like that's what life is like. But really, for our soul out in other lives, it is like lives can be what we would consider 20,000, 30,000 years. 10,000 years is nothing. So, you know, it's very different. So your philosophies and stuff are like, it's a big part of you. Kind of in these little quick lives, it's going through all these experiences so you can learn. But it's like quick, like, you know, like a play on wheels, you know. It's like going to all the different stops to play its thing. You know, that's kind of like what these lives are like, you know. It's really quick. So, anyways, the thing that is fascinating to me now is like these people, you know, they all have decided, you know, who I am with their perception. So she's going in and trying to tell people more. And that's all her perception, you know. That's not even them making their perception. That's going through her perception. So it's just, there's so much stuff there that is so much lessons opening up. So one of them too is that, you know, I wasn't even asking her like, well, link me, you know, you can, all these people who want to see me, you know, link them up to me, you know, because I already know, like, I was on TikTok. I have 15,000 followers. They are into TikTok. They, you know, they're like quick, fast change and stuff like that. And I think the YouTube people are a lot more of like, you know, I want to go in and learn something. I want to, you know, connect somehow. The TikTok is just way different kind of way. So yeah, I wasn't thinking like, oh yeah, send them my way. Because I already knew from my own channel that it's not like a lot of people that come over that way. People have their one social media thing that they really, you know, get into and stay. And TikTok's one you could be on for 8 hours. I mean, that's one of the things too. And it really does shorten your concentration. You know, it messes with it. So anyways, you know, I wouldn't be asking her like, well, you know, help me out then, send them my way or whatever. So I wasn't going to ask, but she started saying to me, because I think it must have already come into her head, but if we think of something, they're thinking, you know, who knows who thinks of something first. So, she said, well, you know, I don't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but if these people really knew what you were like, they would really turn on you. And I was like, oh, I have no doubt about that. I said, yeah, I know that. I'm completely aware. No, these people, I am their Karen. And they all strive to be me, but that is the misconception where we all get into these labels and identities and stuff. And we typecast people, you know, we stereotype. And it is, it's just so funny because it's just playing out. And like, this is millions of people. I think her video has like 4.5 million views or something at this point. It's crazy. I think this is the 5th day. And every day it goes up like 1 million. So we'll see. I don't know when it's going to, you know, slow down. Her sisters are like, because they all know like her energy towards me, you know, this battleground with mom. And so they're all kind of pissed off, like, don't you feel exploited? And I can't believe she's just getting famous off of, you know, stuff about you or something. And it's so funny because these people want to know more about me, but they can't, you know, they don't know where here I am. I'm right here. I've been here for a year now, over a year, talking my crazy head off. And, but if they do find me, if the universe does put that into their thing. I mean, if you think about my content, it is, I know that it was specifically guided by a certain direction. Like I know the stuff I said, they said it, they showed me things from perspective they wanted me to talk about. So I think I really think it's going to help a lot of people. You know, if the universe guides them towards me, I think it's going to help a lot of people, because I think there's a lot of red pill people out there that are super judgy. So many people just haven't seen the whole thing yet, you know. Everybody is stuck on, you know, what they are stuck on. So everybody hasn't seen the whole thing, but these are the people who like, you know, dance TikTok and stuff, you know, where I was like, oh my God, they've taken down all my channels. They're just showing me dance TikToks. Like I give a crap about that. But there's a whole huge group of people who, yeah, they like that. They don't want to stress out. They don't want to think about things. They don't want to turn on the news and see fucking goober ass Joe, or the fraud she, you know, they just don't want to deal with anything that bothers them. They just want to feel good and be happy. And that's what's really sad, you know. But because it's partly what we need to do is be happy like that. But, you know, everything is going to come to everybody as a hard lesson. You know, it's all going to be hard lessons because it's all about finding balance. And therefore, they probably are somehow out of balance on something like that. So, there's just all these different things. Like these people, she's like, these people would cancel you if they knew that you don't, you know, cover your thing and you don't have any, that they would, you know, think you are the enemy. So she's like, now she's got this stress. Like, are they going to find out? And she's like, oh. And there's already been people who have known me in the past who have started messaging her, oh my God, you know. And so, you know, it's funny, because her energy, her soul is directed her towards these very, to me, unusual lessons. And it's really exciting to watch how some of this plays out. And it's super exciting to think about, like, yo, what will be if some of these people come and find, or, you know, are they going to turn around and try and cancel me? I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, what is people's opinion is of me. You know, everybody's opinion is drawn on their own stuff inside their own self. It's like you have a catalog or something in your brain, and that looks like a, yeah, that's what, okay, that's what this is. Yeah, you just read about it right here. It says right there. Yeah, that's what that is. You know, that's how everybody kind of goes around. Like, I've got tattoos, so therefore I'm this, 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 and this, and this. And that if I have tattoos, I must have had it my whole life. Like these pictures of me when I was younger, they're like, well, like, when did she get her tattoos? I was like 30. God, it was a totally different time in the world. Oh my God, if a girl had a tattoo the size of a nickel, she was a rebel. Like, oh my God, these people, they don't even know what the world was like at all. And, oh, another person made such a good point. I love this point so much, because it's all these old photos of me, right? And, you know, they can look at them because, you know, it's an old style. So you can look at an old style and be like, oh my God, that's so cool. Look at that. And you can see some of the repeat of the clothes, right? And this person's like, oh my God, you know what? This is so cool to see these pictures and stuff, but when our kids go back and look at us, it's all going to be filter face. It's like, yeah. So, you know, things like that is just clicking in. So she's posting these things, and it's getting people to talk about their own family situation, their own, like their own values, their own things they were raised, like the conversations and things that people are thinking about by looking at these pictures and just seeing somebody be carefree. It's like, oh my God, how tightly wound is everybody? Like, to, you know, just admire someone just because they can dance around their living room. It's, or stretch while they eat chips. Like, I don't know. It's like, I keep seeing it, how much people, they base their whole identity on it, how they can please others. And I'm telling you, when you move out of that and you just work to pleasing yourself and knowing yourself and loving yourself and appreciating yourself, giving yourself the love that you wish other people gave you, then you shine. You start shining. Everybody's got the shine inside of them, but they all just are misdirecting their energy. So, you know, I think this is super exciting, and I'm super excited to be a part. You know, like I told my daughter, no, I don't feel at all like I'm being, whatever that word, exploited. I don't feel like that at all. I already exploited myself. I already brought myself out in the you know, public eye to be scrutinized and, you know, bring forth my messaging. So I already had done that to myself. So yeah, I don't feel exploited. I mean, once you've already opened that door, I mean, anything you put on the internet is out there forever and anybody has access to it. So, you know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, I felt more vindicated, you know, more seen, that's for sure. But it's really exciting though to be a part of helping people to, you know, think about things in a deeper way. That is what is, you know, so important to me. It was something I could never understand as a young person. It was too deep. People didn't want to talk to me because it was like, oh God, I'll talk to her. She's just going to talk about crazy shit. So I'm going to call and I got to get going. I'll probably come back and tell you like what was like. I'll probably try and get some footage of the sun. I think the sun is out. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.